Friends, in this video, we are going to discuss about organization of SRS, Software Requirements Specification. What is an SRS? SRS is a Software Requirement Specification. It is the outcome of requirements phase. After requirements elicitation and documentation and analysis, and after the review process, at the end, requirements phase produce one document. That document we call it as requirements document. In standard way, we call it as SRS, software requirement specification. And what is the relationship between IEEE and SRS? IEEE, it's a one is a institution. It's a committee. Uh, the abbreviation for IEEE is Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineer. IEEE is a one standard committee having many experts in the area of computer science and technology. So they have published unique guidelines and standards to organize an SRS. It's a standard form. They have framed a standard form or standard template for SRS. At present now we are using IEEE 830 1998 format. That is a at present we are using this standard template IEEE 830 1998. It's one template. They have framed a set of rules and procedures and guidelines. They have framed the standards. So in worldwide all are using the same format. The advantage is very simple to make the uniformity among the developers or among the companies, software companies. The only agenda behind this is uh, making the uniformity among the software companies. Otherwise, one software company use one format, another company use another format. Suppose Infosys use one template, SRS template, and Wipro company use another type of SRS template, so that it leads a lot of confusions and ambiguities. It leads many other problems. So that IEEE committee they have framed one standard template. So all are using the same in worldwide. All are using the same template. Only the reason is to make the uniformity. In our school and colleges also, institutions insist the students to wear the uniform. The reason behind that is to make the uniformity among the students, so that it is easy to recognize. So same thing happens in this SRS also. So IEEE is one committee. They have framed a set of standards for SRS. They have framed. They have sketched the standard template for SRS. So this is the standard template SRS. In the first section should be introduction, purpose of the proposed system, scope of the proposed system, some definitions, abbreviations, references, and overall overview of the proposed system. So this should be the first section, introduction. So introduction means introducing the proposed system. What is the purpose, scope, definition, some references, and overview, like this. Second section should contain the overall description, product perspectives, hardware, software, some memory constraints, operations, product functions, user characteristics, constraints, assumptions for dependencies, like this. It's one template. The second section should contain the overall descriptions. Third section should contain the specific requirements, performance requirements, logic database requirements, software system attributes, additional requirements, like this. So third section. This is one standard template. SRS template. All are using the same standard template. All are using the same standard template. So this is the standard IEEE standard template. So SRS it's a document. It's a one standard document. It is a usually it comes after the requirements phase. So SRS is simply an outcome of the requirements phase, but it will be like input to the design phase. So it is an outcome of requirements phase and input to the design phase. So SRS plays a major role because SRS contains information about the requirements and functional requirements and non-functional requirements, user requirements and system requirements. So overall, it contains the information about the requirements. So it plays a major role in the software engineering process because the quality of the design majorly depends on the SRS document. So SRS is a crucial play a crucial role in the software engineering process. Thank you.